how can sustainability report help to market companies' social activities? A lot of times, yes, I have my accessible home, but how do you prepare a sustainable report? Just now I talked to you about P5, the 5 products, yeah? People, profit, planet, process, and profit. But when you want to talk about sustainability report, the report needs to have an element of assessment. And the assessment that can help for you to do a performance tracking. Because a lot of time, people change their report. Oh, last year I achieved selling so much of housing. This year I achieved so much housing. That is more product selling. We're talking about sustainability report. It has to be a continuous measurement regarding what you have improved on. For example, you are trying to improve on the carbon emission. So there has to be a sustainability report about what is it that you did on the base year, and how did you improve on the next year. And that is what the tracking is all about. So tracking showcase positive difference will create the positive value of that sustainability report. Now, if any stakeholders, funders, or any new shareholders who wants to go to a company that is going for sustainable business, they want to see the sustainability report. So yes, 2 days ago, I was with Brian. We went to Bursa Malaysia. Bursa Malaysia, they already got the guideline regarding the 900 companies who are public listed, where they want the report to be done every year. Even though they give the guideline, the people still do not comply to the GRI report. Because reporting takes talent. You just can't produce a report just because you believe you can produce a report. It starts with a P5, and from the P5, then only you can do the tracking. So, this is where we can help as an example on how somebody do a sustainability report. They have to come up with a sustainability strategy or what they want to achieve for the next coming 5 years, 10 years down the line. And what are their impact areas? Citizenship, consumer, and colleagues. As what is their impact areas? Whether it is on the environment matter, the social matter, or the profitable matter. And whether they meet, exceed, or lead in the tracking. There has to be some element of performance oriented. Whether you are still on the same status, yeah? So that kind of report has got to create impact based on your material that you purchase. For example, if you have been purchasing a lot more wood-based, and you know those are not environmental friendly products, so you tend to have these sustainability strategy on how you reduce your wood-based product. So it must be from a baseline, and from the baseline, then the next year you start to see whether there's a reduction. And then you can see whether you exceed or you're still on status quo. These are some of the areas that you will believe that is measurable for you to see how you improve on the 3 pillars that I mentioned to you. Then, what is more important again, how you track the area that you believe as your strategic commitment, your baseline element that gives this where you started off, and to what extent you have achieved the next year as the following year, and what is the progress. You can see what I call speedometer to show the strength of your impact. Now, if you were to see such a sustainability report coming but to what extent you have helped to reduce the environmental impact and enhance the social responsibility. This is how a sustainability report should be. Now, whether you are the what I call newcomer, whether you are the low-end group, middle-end group, or top management group, it doesn't matter. Everyone will need to be responsible for this strategic commitment. So therefore, every level of the community in the business should understand sustainability framework. That is from my opinion. Then only everyone will be involved in the development of the sustainability report. And whether it complies with GRI G4, this is all in respect towards your progress against your strategic commitment for your strategic commitment that is already going towards international standards. You may have your local standard, regional standard, because of the regulation, or maybe go for international standard. So this is how you will then have a better ranking of where you are in line with what already the United Nations Global Compact is talking about. And you can become a leader. So how do you want to rank? What profile has got the highest sustainability ranking? Now, I'm sure not many of you understood the KPI for the ranking. Under the PSM3 organizational sustainability level, there are level 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is what I mentioned about the KPI for the sustainability ranking. And there's no harm for anyone to start at 0. Because from the 0, from the base year, they can go up and then track. And then they can go higher and higher and higher, where they will come to a level where they have superseded their achievement. So this is what we believe, tools that can help to do assessment. And this falls in under PSM3, that assists companies' sustainability ranking for them to then understand to what level these people are in. And this is some of the example of the previous someone else ranking report that shows their profile. And everybody's have got different profile. And there's one profile that it should be like this or like that. It is a profile. So who develops PSM3? This is where I and Brian, we have been a partner together in Malaysia. We want to share the vision of how companies who want to implement green project management in the workplace is exactly what we want to talk here today. Get your professionals in, let the professionals be certified so that you can declare yourself. Come and help the company who are looking for that professional. The professionals don't have to work alone. They need to work with a coordinator that can help them use the framework so that their interdisciplinary division can come in and work together and support their sustainability report. And we are working with by the individual companies or group of companies so that they all can come and learn the art of doing this. And it is not something they can do alone. It has to be coordinated and have to be coached on how to do it. And this is where me and Brian are trying to say. So according to the Center of Excellence Director, Peter Nelson, for the first time, organizations were able to quantify based on sustainability change delivery enhancement that reduce costs, enhance benefit around the assets lifecycle, demonstrating the organization's commitment to sustainability. This is the only tool, and this one is endorsed by United Nations as the, how we call it, the project management tools of the century. All right? And I'm glad that when I met with Joel, the founder of Green Project Management, they are the one that has got the framework. Everyone's now knew that project management is the way on how to implement a project. But we're talking about sustainability development, on how companies contribute to be in line with the sustainability element and want to stay in as a sustainable business. They have to have the right tools, just like I mentioned to you, the P5 prison method and the PSM3. So these are the introduction that we have today. So the next step, what we want to share, is to assist in developing sustainability report for strategic marketing purposes. So this is where we want to make sure that companies' materiality assessment and sustainability strategy shall be developed using the feedback and insight from their stakeholders, employees, consumers, and any other professionals, so that they can then develop their framework better. So we want to ensure that they have got this report as a base and that they can move on. Last but not least, what else can company gain after preparing the sustainability report? I think what is more important, first, they will declare themselves having a distinction. Everybody wants to have a distinction, but if you have a sustainability report, you are having a distinction because you're using the P5 user method. But what next is they can then go for the next center of excellence status, which is the ranking. What rank are you? For you to get into the practitioner practice of being into the sustainability development framework. I think this is what our country is in need. Companies in need. Be whatever you are, which company you are, I think what is more important is that you got the right message on how to guide the companies. I hope I've given you enough insight. There's so many things that I'm working right now, be it with companies and universities, and also with graduates. A lot of graduates are unemployed. They are unemployed not because there is no job. It's because they don't understand what exactly companies are looking for. So if they understood, sustainability is the element that is already in the mind of all the CEOs and all the top management. They know they have to have a sustainability report. And if you are a certified GPM-B, you are already the professionals. But for those who are not yet, I think there's nothing for you to wait to become a professional, because it is a thing that is already in need for the next years to come. So I share my views. I would like to call upon, I would say it's too early to have a break, yeah? So I would like to call upon Brian to probably share more views regarding what I perceive as the guru in Malaysia. Yeah, the guru in Malaysia to already, this year, Brian has got the recognition of being the global training partner of GPM. And that award is given to none other than Brian, who has been the leader for this. And let's give him a round of applause.
Okay, thank you very much. I think, first of all, I should say to Dr. Noor and everybody who's been involved in the sustainability efforts and the green project management efforts over the last 2 years. I think it was just short of 2 years that we came here, and came with another one of my colleagues, we came in and we met Dr. Noor. And in that period, I think we've gone from being very confused, and I'm sure some of you are still a bit confused about what is green, what is sustainability, and so on. through some questions about that in a minute. But I think I'd like to just pay tribute to everybody who's worked hard on this over the last 2 years, and I think particularly Think Plus here has put an awful lot of effort into helping people through information, through programs, through training, through discussions. Every time we come here, it's a hive of activity, and everybody is very committed. And I think we see this every time that we work. So I think a lot of the congratulations should go to Dr. Noor and her team here at Think Plus. So I'd just like to ask everybody to leave. And also, this year we've been very fortunate in that we've been able to graduate a lot of GPM-bees, people who've taken the Green Project Management exam after doing the course. And we've been fortunate enough to be recognised for a lot of that this year. As Dr. Noor said, I should just say that the award that we received this year for our company LanguageWorks was for Global Training Partner of the Year. And I can't claim that I've done that on my own. I have to acknowledge my colleagues. There's Banaja there and Rani, who are two of our closest colleagues. They've both also taken the plunge to take the GPM exam and pass it. Rani was the first woman in Asia to pass the GPM exam. Dr. Noor, of course, is the recipient this year, the first Asian to receive the award in